Hi everyone, this is Ray. What are you laughing at? It's like you know the drill.
Yes.
Hi everyone, this is Ray, or some of you might know me as Tiki with Ray, and this is another episode of Tiki Mugs with Ray. And today we're going to talk about mugs from, well, when I think of a tiki bar, like in my mind, like what a perfect tiki bar looks like, it's Frankie's Tiki Room. And Frankie's is in Las Vegas, and it's literally like a box. The building is like a square box with no windows. When you walk into this place, you have to stop, and then you have to let your eyes adjust.
About 10 to 15 minutes before you can even think about walking to the bar.
Yeah, I mean, it's so dark. And this is what a tiki bar is. And I love the place. Mm-hmm. And what I also love about Frankie's is that they hook you up with the swag.
Yes, indeed.
So when I went to Frankie's, I literally bought this shirt. I bought this menu. Because you can buy the menus.
Yes. Which is a good idea for them, because a lot of menus disappear because you can't buy them.
A lot of menus disappear. They also have this book called Liquid Vacation. And it actually has a lot of the recipes.
Yes.
For some of the drinks. And they got a lot of drinks on their menu.
Mm-hmm. And unique drinks. Drinks you'll only find
I was going to say
at Frankie's.
I was going to say a fuck ton of drinks, and I thought I got to censor myself, and I realized no, I don't. So yeah, Frankie's has a fuck ton of drinks. And on top of that, they have a fuck ton of tiki mugs. So on top of getting the shirt, the menu, and the book, I got the Tiki Band. And I'll tell you what, when I saw I've seen pictures of this before. I went to Frankie's. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those mugs where I'm like, I need to get that mug. But when did you get this mug?
This one, give or take, around 2008 or 9-ish, somewhere in there. Because we've been going to Vegas for probably at least 4 years. Yeah, give or take. Honeymoon in 2004, and then about 4 years later, so probably our fourth or fifth trip to Vegas, I finally got into Frankie's. And since then...
Not me and Jason.
No.
Jason
my wife, Samantha, and I. My lovely Samantha. Yeah. Not my lovely Ray. My lovely Samantha. But
that wasn't your first mug you got.
No, the first one, actually, I thought it was the Lava Lech. I'm not even sure now, because pretty much every time I go back to Vegas, another mug, maybe two, a couple of cocktails. And if you've been to Frankie's, 2 or 3 Frankie's cocktails is easily half a dozen someplace else.
They are strong, which is what a tiki drink's supposed to be.
So I think it was either this guy, which I want to call him the Thurston Howell, but I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't able to find that out. This is kind of based on the statue that will confront you as soon as you walk in the door.
Check it out. There's actually dice
for eyes. That's a Vegas thing.
And the cool thing is, this is a cool, solid, old school kind of tiki mug. What do you got next?
The Lava Lech.
The Lava Lech?
The Lava Lech.
What's the story with this one?
It's got that old school kind of 60s, 70s, kind of somewhere between surf and hot rod vibe going on.
Oh, hell yeah. Tiki Farm.
Yes. Yeah, all the mugs as far as I know that are Frankie's are made by Tiki Farm.
Oh man, there's a lot of detail to that. That's a really kick-ass mug.
Yeah. Yeah, this one in particular was one of my favorites, but my first couple of mugs weren't from anywhere in particular, and then Frankie's was the first place that I ever actually got mugs at the bar, where it was like a souvenir that you could take home and bring the magic home with you. And Frankie's has some of the best mugs of any bar I've ever been to.
Yeah, and the original idea of a tiki mug is that's all it was. It was a souvenir. Right. You go to some fancy tiki restaurant and you go and you buy a tiki mug and then that's your thing. Well, Frankie's, man, they're cashing in on this stuff because it's there isn't just one mug. I thought, when I go there, okay, this was their mug. Then I went there and they have a whole shelf of different mugs that you can buy.
Right, because a couple of years before I actually got into Frankie's the first time, I found their website online when it was just a fairly simple website, and you could see their mugs on there.
Oh, really?
Someday I'm going to go there, and I'm going to bring some of those home.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think you did that. So what else you got?
But yeah, other than that, this guy, the Makalele Knockout.
So no, wait. So is there drinks that are tied to the different mugs?
Yeah. Whenever they debut a new mug, there's a drink that is named for the mug itself. But the neat thing at Frankie's is you go there, they've got a board with it's like literally a board with the mugs affixed to it. They put down in front of you to see what you like, and you can choose any drink on the menu and get it in that mug, and there's a discounted price. You can get the mug by itself, but if you get the mug and the drink, it costs less than the mug plus the drink together.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty enticing because you can decide, well, I like that mug, but that drink doesn't sound so good, but that other drink sounds fantastic.
But they'll let you do that.
And in old school fashion, if you look at their menu, they have skulls to let you know how potent the drinks are.
Let me see this. Yeah, they do. Yeah, and all of them have four. Yeah, have like 4.
3, 4, 5, and yeah.
I'm looking here, and there's none that have like just one skull.
No, they're all 3 or above.
Well, I guess that's tiki drinks for you.
Yeah.
So these are all the drinks.
Yeah, that was when I picked up this menu in particular. Those were the drinks that were the current drinks that they had mugs for.
What's the story with this one? Because it's a Moai head.
Yeah, that is the Maui Koola, I believe. And I want to say this guy originated somewhere around 2009 or so. I think I got him probably about 2014, 2015.
Let me see that.
But it's pretty much a perfect Moai.
It is, and you know what? The crazy thing is, like I have a Moai mug that's very, very similar to this. It's not from Frankie's, but I know it's a mug that's been used for a lot of different tiki bars because they actually have the thing like kind of like a flat area where you can stamp it. Mm-hmm. And I think what this mug is kind of a play off of that mug because it's almost exactly like it.
Oh, also, in keeping in mind that it's a souvenir, every Frankie's mug is going to tell you it's a Frankie's mug somewhere on it.
Oh yeah,
typically on the back, usually in fairly big noticeable letters.
No, that is marketing. Whoever decide these to make these mugs like how they are, that's how you do it. What else you got?
My last trip. Yeah, my last trip. This would be September of 2018. Got the Frankenstein, and
the Frankenstein.
The Frankenstein, which there is a Frankenstein cocktail to go with it. But look at that thing. He's got a devil ox down the front.
It's just like, so if you're a fan of the Misfits, so if you're a fan of Tiki Mugs, Misfits,
Tiki Mugs horror, the Misfits, punk rock, hot rods, it all blends together.
You are literally holding all this in like.
So if you're somebody that'd be going to like the Viva Las Vegas Weekender.
And you know what's crazy?
And you don't go to Frankie's, you're doing it wrong.
It kind of actually looks like Lux Interior from the Gramps.
More than a little bit.
In a weird way. Dude, that's awesome. Well, I think the owner, P. Moss, I think he has something to do with the Double Down Saloon.
Yes.
Which is kind of like a punk rock bar.
Yes, he also owns that. And that's a place that's well worth going to. But I think the only mug they have is their ass juice, which is a toilet-shaped shot drink.
And I heard that's legit, too.
Yeah. I have had their bacon martini, and I actually liked it and went back for another one. The bartender just looked at me like, you want another one? I was like... yeah. What's wrong with bacon? What do you got next? And the last one, so kind of a sad story. My lava lech, which I was super happy with, I made the mistake of, at the time, I didn't realize I was a tiki collector yet, so when I'd get mugs that I liked, they would just sit on a bookshelf or a countertop. Well, my daughter, being a teenager at the time, her boyfriend gave her flowers, and she wanted something to put her flowers in. So she grabbed my mug, she put her flowers in it. When I got home from work and I didn't see it anywhere, I went to find my mug. It's sitting on the windowsill next to her bed, and it's got a nice little crack back here where she hit it against the sink when she was filling it up. But she says she didn't do that. So I was super sad because that glaze was gone. But on my last trip back, September of 2018, I got the lava lech in the red glaze. And this is kind of kick-ass because you can see every little feature on it.
So it's the same mug.
It's the same mug made from the same mold, but with a different glaze to it.
This is so
and a different
cooler.
feel. Like this one's got like the glazed glossy feel. That one's got the, I don't know what you call it, more of a bone feel to it.
Oh my god, this is kick-ass. Look at the
mm-hmm. But the way every detail stands out in that one, I really dig it. And especially in the dark lighting or black lighting, that thing just completely pops.
I'll tell you what, let me see. One of the main reasons why I like tiki is because, in my opinion, I think it's cool. Mm-hmm. Not ironic. I just think it's cool. And I'll tell you what, man, these mugs, and Frankie's Tiki Room is like the epitome of cool. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't been to Frankie's Tiki Room, go there. Because that is like the quintessential Tiki experience. And I'll tell you what, bring money. Do they take credit card?
They do.
They do.
They do.
So you're good to go. Bring your credit card and pretend and expect to throw in a lot of cash.
But hey, pro tip: the first time you go to Frankie's, go in the daytime when it's hot and bright outside.
Yes.
Be dazzled with the darkness and how cold it is on the inside. And if you go in the daytime, it's not going to be super busy. You go
24 hours, right?
Yeah, 24 hours.
So 24 hours a day.
You can go 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning if you're up to that in Vegas. But if you go on a Friday or Saturday night, it's going to be jam-packed and everybody smokes in there because it's still a smoking bar.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the room isn't very big ultimately, so
No.
all that smoke just kind of lingers. Jason is right. The best thing to do is go as early as you can. Like, go, like, early afternoon.
Yeah.
The vibe is completely chill. You can actually hear yourself, and, yeah, you're going to have a great time. Well, even if you go at night, you're going to have a great time either way. But, well, with that, we shall tiki.
We shall tiki.
Hey gang, this is Tiki with Ray, and I just want to say thank you very much for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more episodes, click on the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, give it a like. That would mean a lot to me. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below.